put it together in every phase. See if they can get that second win in a row.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Jets, we're in October now, so everybody should be coming into form, shouldn't they?
They really should, and what you have now is a full routine established about what you want to get done and full focus on the season.
Lurching closer toward the midway point of this NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. And we will not see a run back on the opening kickoff. This will be a touchback. The new-look Jets ready to go on offense, and it is the veteran Aaron Rodgers at quarterback.
And you've got to think that they've got to be feeling pretty fresh. You know, coming off of the open week, didn't have to play, right? Gives them a chance to rest up a little bit, heal some of those aches and pains, and excited about playing again. That really rekindles things a little bit. I want to see how they come out and establish themselves here early.
And that bye week coming right where they want it, in the middle of the schedule. Rodgers going to the air to start things out. Allen Lazard, and he takes it all the way up to the 47. A good pickup there at 22.
That's a good start to the ball game. Maybe a little bit of a tone setter offensively. They come out throwing right away, and it's an early completion and a quick first down.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. Now the second-year man back from injury. It's Breece Hall. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. Well, no slow start here. A couple nice chunk plays back-to-back.
I love the momentum that they're showing here early because they did it both ways, right? Threw the ball on 1st down for a nice chunk of yardage. Came right back and ran the ball. Looks like they've got the defense set back on their heels. Let's see if they can keep this moving.
Rush coming, and he's taken down. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
Now, you've been around me a long time now. You know on 2nd and inches, I love it when teams are aggressive and take a shot, but we just saw the downside to being that aggressive, didn't we?
Now you've given up on a pretty likely under pressure, and they got to him again. A well-designed corner blitz that gets him for a loss of 8 yards. Here's Thomas Morstead on now. This is fielded at the 7. A 46-yard punt, 8 yards on the return. And the offense will come back out deep in their own territory. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. They're brought out by a 5th-year pro coming off a career season as a passer and a runner. It's Danny Dimes, Daniel Jones.
When I was watching film this week, I had to write a note to myself. 3 touchdown passes in an NFL game deserves respect, not ho-hum just because they throw it around all the time, and he got his respect. NFC Offensive Player of the Week.
That's the ultimate vote of confidence from a week ago. And look, he was great, not his best game ever, but obviously was very good to garner that award. All the talk this week, though, was about let's take that forward now. Throwing Jones. That's taken in by Duvernay. Now he's got this almost to the 40 before going out. It's a pickup of 12. Second play in a row with a 12-yard gain.
We're going to see the ball in the air quite a bit here. This is a top 5 passing offense in the NFL, and they certainly like to get everybody involved. So this defense, they're going to have to be able to counterpunch somehow. They couldn't there, and it's an opening drive, first down.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. Here's 2nd and 10. Singletary, and able to get a couple as he's across the 40 to the 41. When you talk about this Jets defense, and they find themselves just outside the top 10 in the league against the pass, currently bringing up the number 11 spot.
And while teams don't like to talk about it, they're pretty proud of their rankings. But this ranking is going to be put to the test today because they're going up against a top 5 passing offense in this one.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect.
Well, I'm quite sure that they envisioned a much better start to this game when they practiced all week. But they failed on that 3rd down play. That brings up 4th down, and they'll probably have to punt it away.
And here's Gillen on now to punt as he gets this one away. And here's Taylor on the return. A good kick that time, but also a pretty good 15-yard return. And the Jets will take over 1st and 10. Back onto the field come the New York Jets for their 2nd drive. And they had lost 2 in a row prior to getting the open week last weekend, so potentially a chance for them to get away for a bit, keel up, and come back strong.
That's what the hope is anyway, because you're going to find out now with your team, are you still focused on being the best you can be for the rest of the season with the things going the way they have earlier this year?
Well, this defense very strong in that victory from a week ago.
And no matter what's done throughout a ball game, it always comes back to blocking and tackling. That's the essence of football. But I think it's hard for people to understand just how difficult it is to tackle, especially open field. Very few missed tackles on tape that I saw last game. This team does a nice job of getting their opponents on the ground.
On 1st and 10, it's Hall. A little juke, and he's got this down to the 35. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31.
Got to give credit where it's due. Really nice defense on that play. The pitch and catch was successful, but not any run after it.
To throw is Rodgers. Oh, he tried to fit it in on the slant, and it's intercepted. There he goes, right side. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Well, for the offense, it looked like that drive had the makings of something good. They were starting to hit a groove, but the defense clearly had other ideas, not only to force the turnover, but to handle the scoring themselves.
Yeah, no panic in their eyes, was there, partner? Think about it this way. A Hall of Fame coach once told me the best characteristic he liked out of his team was that they didn't flinch. This group, they got pushed back in an early series, kept their composure, and made a big play that swung the momentum their way.
And from back there, a wise move. He'll just sit on this one, and it'll come out to the 25. New York set to take the field.
And they are back down to the 500 mark after 2 straight losses. And, Charles, this is a team that, to be frank, their play has really dropped off the last couple of weeks.
And, Brandon, I think there's a sense around the building, though, they can't let this losing streak get any worse than it is. Because if they were to lose here and fall below 500, then you're playing catch-up the rest of the way. They've got to take a stand and make it stop right now.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Now it's Rodgers. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete.
Look at this defense.
They enter this one down to the 26th position in the NFL against the run.
For some defensive fronts, playing the run is not the priority. It's playing the pass, right? They get upfield, they rush the passer, and sometimes neglect stopping the run. That's something they have to work on and reverse a little bit. Make sure you play the run on your way back to the quarterback.
Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down.
So the completion there, but Charles, looking at this defense, certainly in for a tough task here this afternoon. What are some of the keys for them if they want to come out on top?
Well, the first thing, partner, of the game, the flow of the game, and all of a sudden, he's feeling like he can do no wrong. You want to really get after his timing a little bit, knock a few balls away, and make things uncomfortable for him. Because if he feels relaxed, you are in for a tough afternoon.
Meanwhile, Rodgers' throw taken in by Ruckert.
4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
Well, that was an okay hook up there with his tight end, but unfortunately, they didn't get the kind of yards they had hoped for. That's going to bring up 3rd down.
Throwing is Rodgers on 3rd down. Under pressure, and down he goes. The corner blitz pays off there as they sack him for a loss of 5. Now the veteran Thomas Morstead on to punt it away.
Olszewski now to return.
It'll be a net of only 30 here. 40-yard punt, 10 on the return.
And they will take over 1st and 10.
Back onto the field comes this offense, ready for their 2nd drive. They've got a 7-0 lead in the football as well as they start out 1st and 10. Steps away to his left. And that's caught inside the 35. And he'll go down at the 28. A great play there. 41 yards.
And what great recognition between a receiver and his quarterback, because he's going to recognize the trouble, and then he has 2 options. Cut off the route and come back to help, or head straight down the field, and he chooses the latter, and it turns into a huge play.
So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Singletary here running out of the gun.
And a hard-working run here as he's got it inside the 20, down to the 17.
A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10.
Now Jones.
Complete right side to Hyatt.
And all the way to the 2-yard line there before crossing over out of bounds. Another nice gain, 16. Off-play action. Jones escaping the pressure. And he will take this one in for a touchdown. Daniel Jones with his 16th touchdown of the year.
And the Orbits have taken a 2-touchdown lead now.
Extra point try good by Gano. And that'll make the score 14-0. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. And this will be brought out to the 25 as Taylor elects to not return it. Another drive coming up for New York's offense. They find themselves in a good-sized hole here, and a good-sized hole early on in this game as they come up on first down. They'll start on the ground. Hall. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. Well, you're down early. How do you get back in the game, maybe establish the run? I think they're trying to do that.
Now, I'm with you on that one, and what I like about the message is that there's no panic from the head coach. He's already told his offense coordinator, let's run the football, let's get things settled down a little bit and find our way back into this game.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete.
Not sure what happened there, but he just didn't get the right read on the coverage that time. Pass wasn't where it needed to be, and that'll send them back to the drawing board.
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on second down. Now Rodgers.
And this almost intercepted. Not sure he saw the free safety that time, but lucky, incomplete. That'll bring up 4th down.
Here's Thomas Morstead now as he's on to punt for New York. And he's getting a workout here in this first quarter as he gets it away.
On the return is Olszewski.
It's a 45-yard punt, 6 yards on the return.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Let's spotlight Devin Singletary as this offense comes back out.
A tough challenge here in this one. We'll see if he can duplicate the numbers on your screen that he put up last week, up over 100 and a touchdown.
We were watching tape to prepare for this game. One thing you noted that I totally agree with, great complementary piece in the last game. You know, they were able to throw it pretty well. He ran it exceptionally, and he hoped to continue that same formula in this game.
Complimentary with an E, not an I.
That's my English teacher right there.
They'll run on first down with Singletary. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. Final 30 seconds of this first quarter, and it's been a quarter dominated by the guys with the football. Now, meanwhile, here's a 2nd down throw that's knocked away and incomplete.
When I watched that play, I thought about what my coaches had told me in the past. The biggest teaching point, get your head around. Locate the football so you can make a play on it while it's in the air. That's exactly what he did there. That was nice.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Back to throw. Jones. And that will be incomplete.
About the challenge we're seeing here in this game early. Man coverage against some fleet receivers. That time, the defense won.
On 4th down, here's Jamie Gillen on to punt. And that one hits at the 7, but bounds into the end zone, and that'll be a touchback. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. They've been outplayed early, no question. Down 14-0 already as they come up 1st and 10. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete. A misconnection there. He's hit on just 50% of his passes thus far. That's not where you want to be.
Now you see the evolution of the game. You go back to the quarterbacks of old, 50% would be terrific because they threw the ball downfield almost every time they threw it. Now with the short passing game, you should be above 60% just to be in the average range.
And he gets this up just shy of the 30 to the 29 before he's out of bounds. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down.
14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. The Jets with... Rodgers to throw on 3rd and 1.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have a Jets first down as they're able to convert by plenty there on 3rd and 1.
Throwing now is Rodgers. And he's going to be brought down here in the backfield.
Drop for a loss of 7 by multiple defenders.
Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. And that false start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. 2nd down and long. Rodgers now to throw. And that's incomplete.
That was well played, but that was also an example of a corner who understands his coverage, realized he had support behind him, and could be a little more aggressive in the shorter zone, and did exactly that, knocking that pass away.
They'll set up the screen for Hall.
And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. A gain of 9, not enough, and it's 4th down. Here's Thomas Morstead now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. Fair catch called. It's taken in right at the 20-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. Singletary to get the drive started. And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5.
Not a huge play, but I think they're more than happy with how it turned out. Don't be surprised to see them revisit that call, because there was a lane there for more than just 5 yards. Put it in your back pocket and break it out when you need it later.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
So many times we've seen him try to escape the pocket and do something with his legs, but in this case, the pressure was too intense, and he made the wise choice to just get rid of the football and make sure no one was going to get it.
Open man is Duvernay.
And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 3rd catch of this first half for him, and this one is a 1st down.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Jones.
Throw right side, taken in by Bellinger.
And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards. So in Jet territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line.
A handoff on the option to Singletary.
And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up 3rd down. Now Jones on 3rd down.
We'll get this to Devin Singletary.
48-yard line. That's going to bring up 4th down, only a gain of 2 there. So now on comes the field goal unit, and wow, this is no ordinary try here. And he missed it. It's no good, and this will remain a 2-touchdown game.
Yeah, 55 yards is anything but a gimme. You've got to really concentrate on your leg swing and proper technique. This time, though, he's unable to convert.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive, but at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer, and make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still 2nd quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. Rodgers now on 1st down.
A throw out wide going to be incomplete.
And I can see the officials kind of looking at each other down there, silently wondering, does this meet the level of grounding? Fortunately, he did have a receiver in the area, but I have seen less obvious throwaways called as penalties.
Now Rodgers. And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete.
He shook his head right when he released that throw. He knew it was going to be a little off target.
Yeah, the excitement got him on that one. Wasn't able to control the fact the receiver was open, and it would have been an easy throw.
And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down. Now whistles come in before the snap. Looked like one of the Jets may have moved. The false start backs him up 5. First and 15. Rodgers going to throw. And his throw here is incomplete.
Had no command that time, man.
Rodgers to throw once more. This pass out wide to Hall. And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line. The Jets on third down. 3 for 7 so far in this game. This will be 3rd and 6. Now Rodgers. Rodgers sliding to a stop with a first down. What can't Aaron Rodgers do? The legwork there getting him to first.
Certainly not a positive sign if you're the D coordinator and you see your guys give up that space so early in the game. Third down, that's when the clamps are supposed to come out. But his ability to create things with his legs makes things good.
Under pressure, and he'll go down. Back at the 26-yard line. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Here's Rodgers. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Under pressure, and he'll go down. Sacked back at the 31. He could not get away that time, and it'll be a loss of 11 on 3rd down. Zuerlein's kick is up and through, and they will get themselves on the board here at 14-3. So as it turns out, that sack doesn't wind up costing them, Charles. They at least get points, get 3 of them.
Yeah, that's where your kicker can really come to your rescue because, you know, after the sack, there was a little consternation there. Are we out of field goal range? Are we going to be able to get 3? In this case, he stepped right up and gave them exactly what they needed.
And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. Here's Brooklyn to once again go on offense. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Closer.
Yeah, you know, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
Now Jones. And an off-balance throw there, and it's going to wind up incomplete.
That was a nice job defensively of disguising their coverage and making it difficult for the quarterback to lock in on a receiver, and it results in an incomplete pass.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. Forced out to his left. 5 yards on the scramble, and that's enough to pick up the first.
No surprise to see a sideline fired up by that big play. Heck, we're fired up, and we're supposed to be neutral. That's a quarterback putting his body on the line to fight and just barely get the first down. When he does something like that, it gets everyone ready to lay it all out there and try and match his intensity.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. We've got a 14-3 ball game with 2 minutes left in the opening half. Throwing Jones. A quick throw, but incomplete.
Right up to that point, I was about to say he's had a pretty good half catching the football, but let's just be honest about it. He should have caught that one.
And he knows that. That was one right in his breath. Oh, he tried to fit it in on the slant, and it's intercepted. Picked off by DJ Reed. And he brings this one back. It's a pick-6 and a Jet touchdown. Well, they matched their opponent's pick-6 from earlier. Those are some crucial points that may prove pretty consequential as to how this one plays out.
And, Brandon, I think now we're not just watching how they move around the field, but we're checking their psychology out a little bit, aren't we? Because that defense, they're about to go right back out with all the momentum on their side. As for the opposing offense, you wonder if there's going to be some hesitation to lean entirely on the passing game to try and mount a counterattack.
Zuerlein good with a PAT, and that makes it a 14-10 ball game. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. Here's Brooklyn to once again go on offense. Remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick six, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go-around.
Yeah, and sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick six and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for it for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, hey, you'll get them next time. Hey, don't worry about it. All that stuff just goes right out the window. You're right back out on the field with a chance to atone.
Meanwhile, Jones throws on target to Duvernay. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
Here's Jones on first down. He'll get this out wide to Singletary. And he's corralled at the 40, but not before picking up 8. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts. From the 40 now on second down. Jones.
When an offense reads blitz, doesn't matter where it's coming from, tight ends know that they become a big part of the passing game because they should be an easy outlet when all those extra bodies are trying to get to the quarterback. A hot route, so to speak.
Couple of first downs to kick off the drive. Here's 1st and 10 up at the 46. They'll look to throw again. That one finds Hyatt. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. A final shot before break. Jones. Pass is caught by Wan'Dale Robinson. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. Gano's kick is good, and that will do it for this first half. So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan. Well, I know. One touchdown is the difference. 17-10 our score, and we are back underway on EA Sports. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. This offense ready to go to begin this third quarter. This offense set to begin the third quarter. And, Charles, if they had a checklist of things they wanted to accomplish in the first half, certainly at the top of that list would be having the lead. And they've got that here.
That's always the most important box to check, isn't it? But also, they've had some success in their passing game, so probably an empty box, establishing the run. They're on pace for fewer than 100 yards in this one. So now they want to make sure that they get that going so they truly have a control in this ball game. And down the stretch, being able to be balanced, either throw it or run it, and try and win this ball game.
They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on first down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on second.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in the expected passing situation.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect.
And so many times we look at the opening drive of the third quarter as a tone setter, and many coaches do emphasize it. And that's a strong performance there defensively to force incompletion and, more importantly, force a quick punting situation.
Taylor now returning it. It's a 47-yard punt, but they did give up 10 on the return. And the Jets will take over. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. On first down, Rodgers. A short throw to Conklin, the tight end. And a stoppage here. We're going to need to take a moment as a Jet was shaken up on that one. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment. Here's 2nd and 5 now from the 37. Here's Rodgers to throw. And he's got his man on the out route. And he'll go out of bounds. It appears right at the 45. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
trouble, but it's incomplete. The rookie had it and lost it, and it'll be second down.
That certainly appeared to be a play call where they were just trying to make second down, second and short. I think they thought the coverage was off a little bit more than it was. Nice job there pressing up on it and forcing the incompletion.
And Rodgers is going to go down. He's sacked.
Kayvon Thibodeaux in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Throwing is Rodgers. Under pressure, they got him again. A well-designed corner blitz that gets him for a loss of 8 yards. Here's Thomas Morstead now, as he's on for the 5th time here today. This is brought in at the 21. It'll be a 10-yard return following a punt of 45. Here's Brooklyn to once again go on offense.
And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old-school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is, can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive.
A give up the middle to Singletary.
And he'll be brought down here at the 28. That gets back some of what they needed, but they're still stuck here with a 3rd and 13.
Not an easy spot here. They'll be in search of 13 yards to try to pick up the first.
They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. Dancing to his left.
A short throw pulled in by Bellinger.
And this play going to be stopped in its tracks at the 32, and obviously well short of the first down. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And it'll be 4th down.
Here's Jamie Gillen now,
as he's on here to punt it away. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. So possession goes over here on the punt.
The offense for the Jets ready to take over.
The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
One play has him to the 37 here for 1st and 10. Now Rodgers. Going to throw right side here, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Another first down as they call his number again. He's got 15 yards here. Now whistles come in before the snap. Looked like one of the Jets may have moved.
They get the USC man, Elijah Vera Tucker.
A false start backs him up 5. 1st and 15. To throw, it's Rodgers. And that's incomplete.
They're going to give out a little applause on that. Passing lanes all game long, and you can see the frustration that it's causing because he just about threw that one into the first row.
To throw is Rodgers. Got a man, that's Lazard. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. 27 yards there, a first down. And again, it's Rodgers. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 38.
Kayvon Thibodeaux getting him once again his 3rd sack of the afternoon.
So 2nd and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. Throwing now is Rodgers.
Throw over the middle, he's got Ruckert.
A nice chunk play from the tight end position, and it illustrates the cohesiveness that he and his quarterback have. Both saw the extra defender doubling him up, and they still combined for the completion and big gain.
Throwing is Rodgers on third down. Pressure applied, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back at the 33-yard line. So Rodgers will depart, and on is Greg Zuerlein for the Jets field goal. From the right hash and call it an even 50 yards. Oh, they get to the football. It's blocked. It's picked up. A live ball here, remember. But that's always a risk on those longer kicks. You have to drive it low to get it there. That opened the door for a better chance for the defense to get a hand on it, and that's just what we saw there.
And even if the odds increase a little bit because it's a longer field goal attempt, it's still difficult to get hands on the football and create a block. Big-time excitement for that unit, getting through and knocking that one away.
They'll be taken down. The Jets get in there for the sack. Jermaine Johnson able to get in there for his second sack of the afternoon. Got to assume this defense will be charging again here. It's 2nd and 15. Flushed out right. Open man downfield is Duvernay. Down the right sideline. And he's going to be out of bounds here all the way down inside the 10. A big play there on the catch and run. 58 yards.
And this is one of the toughest parts about being a defensive back. When a play breaks down like this, you're taught to plaster to a receiver. Find the nearest one and adhere yourself to it. But you can only stay with the receiver so long if the play continues to develop. He knows where he's going. You do not.
Being chased out left. And that one going to be off target and incomplete.
Well, you know me, whether you need it or not, I'm going to give a little unsolicited advice. Just throw it downfield out of the pocket, only if you're absolutely sure. Otherwise, use your running ability and try and get those yards a safer way.
Now Jones. And his throw is going to be incomplete. Jalen Hyatt, his intended receiver. But now it's 3rd and goal. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And that is incomplete. The Jets defense making things difficult there. 4th down.
I think it's safe to say that he's made some questionable decisions out there so far. Forced some throws into tight coverage. He's already been picked off in this game. 4th down now, but he was fortunate on that one not to have another turnover on his ledger.
Gano's kick is good. And they double him up here. That makes our score 20-10. So the lead grows here incrementally, but I think the way their defense is playing, you feel okay with just getting through.
They've definitely been stout so far, but now that could all change because if one guy gets loose for 70 yards, this is a different game. But as it stands, field goals are good. Just keep adding to that lead.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. New York ready to go again offensively. Last time they had a little bit of a special teams breakdown. That field goal was blocked.
Yeah, and everything has to be precise in the kicking game. Snap, hold, kick. Obviously the blocking to keep people out. So what you really want to do is get in there and get 6 points and take the pressure off of those guys.
That play going for 16 yards to start the drive. 1st down. A little tough on the secondary there. In zone defensively. Quarterback had time to survey and find a spot.
And if you want to change things up and put a little more pressure on him, you can go to man coverage. Everyone matches up and send more pressure. But you can also do it out of zone coverage if you're worried about what's going to happen on your back end. Send someone else, drop someone else out of the line. The old zone blitz could come into play to try and get that pressure on the quarterback.
Now it's Rodgers. There's Hall bringing in another one. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That one covers 29 yards. 1st down.
It's taken a while for this offense to get going. A little creaky at the start, but they're oiled up now. A nice throw there, and they're really putting together a good drive.
Rodgers again now. He dumps this one off here to Hall. And 20 at the 19. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And that'll give them a short yardage situation here for second down. Hall on a give up the middle. And he's stopped after a gain of 1. Not enough. Still a yard to go on third down.
Well, they still have time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
They'll run with Hall. They'll be marked inches short. No gain on the play, and that's going to lead them to fourth down. So Rodgers will depart, and on is Greg Zuerlein for the Jets field goal. And remember, he had one blocked earlier. Zuerlein's kick is up and through. And that will tighten this one up a bit. Now a one-score game at 20-13. So this time the protection holds up for him just fine, and he's able to bang it through.
I think their special teams coach got the point across. He gave him a pretty good earful after the block earlier. And this time, there's no penetration, so they're able to pick up 3.
This taken in right around the goal line. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. This offense returns to the field led by Devin Duvernay, a wide receiver. And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust.
And when they do that, they weaken their defense in other places as well. And how many times have we done games where we've seen a guy have a big game like this? But it's usually not by himself, is it? Right. Usually it opens it up for other people to have big games as well.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
Well, he's smart enough to avoid the taunting rule, but I'll guarantee he quietly has told them, you might want to stop coming after me downfield because I just broke up another pass and took away a big shot that you were trying to succeed with.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by DJ Reed. And he brings this one back. It's a pick 6 and a Jet touchdown. But, Charles, you can just see the frustration on the sideline. Safe to say that's not how they expected this series to go. The ball only went one way, and it was backward into their own end zone, courtesy of the pick 6.
And, Brandon, how often do we hear offenses tell us before a game they want to end every series with a kick, right? A punt, a PAT, or a field goal. In case of a defense, they want to end with a punt or a takeaway. And we saw the takeaway right there, and it turned out to be a takeaway that turned into 6 points.
And he will be taken down here on the return on what will wind up being the final play of this third quarter. 3 quarters have come and gone. Back now just east of Manhattan in Brooklyn. All even as we get ready. Jones, another shot here after the pick 6. The short throw pulled in by Bellinger. He'll be dropped at the 25 after a gain of 6. From the 25, here's a 2nd and 4. Singletary going to get the handoff. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. It's a first down on a gain of 10. First down, they stick with Singletary. And hard running's going to get him over the 40 to the 42. Here's 2nd and 3.
A 7-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 3.
Off the play fake, Jones. And he will find his man on the outside. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. So in Jet territory now. Here's 1st and 10. The 45-yard line. Room to maneuver at the 45. And finally taken down at the 30-yard line. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first. Singletary, they'll go up the middle. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right of the yard. Handoff on the option to Singletary. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
That's another Brooklyn first down.
Handoff now. It's Gray with it.
And he'll get this down only to the 18.
DJ Reed, who played in college at Kansas State, made the tackle.
1 yard gain. Brings up 2nd and 9.
You've been here before.
On second down, here's a run with Singletary.
And they'll get him down right around the 16.
A gain of 2 there on the heels of a 1-yard pickup on first. This offense so far on third down, not so hot. 2 for 9 to this point. This will be 3rd and 6.
No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down.
So out on the field now, Graham Gano in a big spot. This to break our 4th quarter tie. Gano's kick is good, and they have taken the lead here in the 4th quarter. So the drive here ends with a field goal. It does give them the lead, but this one's still certainly a long ways from over.
It definitely puts a lot of pressure on your defense to hold the lead, right? They're happy to have it and happy to be out there trying to do so. But I know as a former player, in the back of their mind, they're thinking, why don't you score the touchdown and seal this thing?
And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
The New York set to take the field.
And now they find themselves trailing following the field goal. Still a good amount of time in this 4th quarter, but this drive very well could determine the outcome of this ball game.
Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
Rodgers going to throw. He gets this into the hands of Taylor. Able to get the 1 yard he needed, but nothing more. Now Rodgers. And that one to the right side and incomplete.
The coverage keyed in on him since that last completion his way. He earned a little more attention on that route, and that made it a lot tougher to get a clean throw his way.
They'll set up the screen for Hall. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39. They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down. Again, they'll throw with Rodgers. And a throw there going to be incomplete. Here's Thomas Morstead now as they're forced to kick for the 6th time today. It's a 43-yard punt, a return of 5. Here's Brooklyn to once again go on offense. Their defense got the stop, forced the punt, and now you really start to monitor the clock as they nurse this slim lead. Throwing Jones. And the Jets pressure too much as down he goes. Jermaine Johnson able to disrupt yet another pass play. That is his 3rd sack of the afternoon. Another try after the first down sack. Jones, throw right side, taken in by Bellinger. They'll go for a gain of 7. And 3rd and 8 now. Operating from the gun, Jones. And he'll just toss it away. So he throws it away, and that brings up 4th down.
Not only did he have a chance to scan the field there, it felt like he had a chance to scan it twice. The protection was that good. Unfortunately for him, the coverage downfield, equally good.
We call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And the Jets will take over 1st and 10. Rodgers now to throw. Can't get away, and he's taken down. Buried by multiple defenders on the drive's first play. Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack. Here's Rodgers. And a quick throw here, that's complete. A gain of 8 there on the play. And 3rd and 8 now. Gun. They'll look to throw. And that is incomplete, but a penalty flag coming in. This could be a first down. After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10. Handoff, running left. Here's Hall. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Taken down at the 33-yard line. It's a gain of 8. Brings up 2nd and 2.
Back to throw. Rodgers. In trouble, and he's taken down. They bring the safety on the blitz, and he busts through to drop him for an 8-yard loss. From the gun on 3rd down, Rodgers. And this is going to be incomplete.
The frustration evident there because he couldn't find anyone on 3rd down, and he left no doubt that he was throwing that one away.
Now Rodgers got to have this one. And it's going to be batted down. It will go the other way with the football. The Jets try it, but the 4th down play doesn't work. And as a result, possession switches hands. So the failure to convert no doubt really hurts, but this one's not over. A good chunk of time on the clock and the timeouts.
Yeah, not only do they have the timeouts, as you just noted, they're going to get an extra one with the 2-minute warning. And that's going to help them big way. So in a sense, they have 4 timeouts in their pocket. The big thing, stopping them on defense now. They can't let them get a 1st down and make them use their timeouts and get a fresh set of downs. They've got to stop them right here. And if so, they've still got an opportunity.
Jones. And he's unable to haul it in, so it falls incomplete over the middle third of the field, and that brings up 4th. Here's Jamie Gillen now, as he'll come on to kick this one away. And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And this will be out of bounds, and they spot it at the 15-yard line. Not too bad. So now Rodgers with a new team, but in a spot he's been before. Down by a field goal, and time, a huge factor. And they're in danger of a 3rd straight loss as they come up on 1st and 10.
Nice, well-coached, a team that understands what's going on. They still have time to work the middle of the field as they just did there.
Now Rodgers. It's caught by Ruckert. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. Back to throw, Rodgers. Once again, Ruckert. 2nd down, 8 yards to go. To throw is Rodgers. Connection made to Ruckert. Now the Jets going to use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts, as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in the 4th. Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect.
Partner, they've got one chance left to keep this one going, and I think for you and me, let's think along with their offensive coordinator now. Has to think back, cycle through every play of this contest, and remember what's worked and what hasn't. Because right here, he needs the best play of the game in order to keep this one alive.
And they are going to stop him on 4th and 1 as they'll wind up going backwards. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the ball will go over on downs on the short side of the field. And a design QB run in that spot, maybe trying to catch the defense off guard a bit. It didn't work, though.
Again, we're seeing that college influence come into the NFL. Quarterback run game on 4th down. We didn't see that very much in the previous years in the NFL.
No, seeing it more, saw it there, did not work out. Turnover on downs. Down to a knee goes Jones, and that should just about seal it. So plenty of smiles for the folks here as they head for the exits. It's a victory for their hometown guys, and they were spurred on by a strong performance in that 4th quarter as they held their opponent